I wasn't really expecting this load of lime to get me all the way through. Of course, we're not all the way through yet, but yeah, I'm just about done liming these 3 fields with 18,000 liters of lime. But Wayne did tell me when I bought this spreader that this is a special spreader. It uses less materials than other spreaders will, so, you know, if I get left like a little sliver here, I'm going to be like a little... I don't want to say angry. I may actually have some lime actually back at the farm from last season. So I might be able to get by with just that. But Elaine did tell me this morning when I was topping this off with some lime that the John Deere harvester is at the shop. So I need to go pick that up at some point today. And just as I say, I don't know if I'll get to the end, we did not. I hope I have enough lime back at the farm just to finish off. I really don't want to top this off. Just that because I won't need it for a while, the lime is. So I don't want to leave it in here for a year or whatever. It'll just clump up and get all nasty and whatnot. So hopefully, I think I got like a pallet back at the farm. Maybe a pallet and a half. So yeah, after we got done seeding in the last episode, went on home, had a bite to eat. And yeah, now we're just spreading the fertilizer down, which we got done, and now we're getting the lime done. Hopefully there's no traffic coming, don't think so. Looks like all the snow is gone as well. And I'm just hoping that there is some lime around this corner. I think so. I think so. Question is, how much of it is there? But I think one pallet is like 1,000 liters, so that should be enough to get me through what I need to. Or lime could be actually 2,000 liters. Either way, I just hope I have enough when I get back. Oh, there's a little chunk of snow sitting right there for us. So yeah, there's our new grass field. Hopefully, when we get up tomorrow morning, the grass will have germinated and starting to grow. That'd be wonderful news. Just checking for traffic. Don't want to get T-boned because that traffic stops for nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then, of course, I started making a mistake yesterday, or at least this morning, that I started planting soybeans. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think it's warm enough for soybeans. I think it might have been fine, like I said. Tomorrow morning, I'm pretty sure the ground temperature will be warm enough. And I think I got more than enough lime to finish up what we have here, which is good. Want to get those pallets off the farm a little bit, and I don't have to fill this thing up. I've kind of, I don't want to say I changed my mind about expanding these fields here. I still want to cut down the rest of the trees from here down to the road, but what we may do is put a 4th field in. Not a force field, a 4th field. Because if I add to all these fields again, I'll probably want to lime the whole field again, just so it's in the same sequence. I hate when you have a field that's like half in and half not in. Kind of like the field that we're in now. It's kind of all messed up because we had corn here last year. But I think when we cut down all those trees there, we'll run a field that way. Kind of a thing. And I think after I do that, I'm not sure if I want to make more fields here or not. I'm not sure. But anyways, the lime is now done. So for now, we're going to park this right over here. Kind of glad that no traffic does come up here because it's starting to get a little crowded up here. Drop that off. And we did top off the seed drill yesterday afternoon, so we should be good to go. Let me go ahead and turn the HUD back on so I can at least see what the heck I'm doing. Alright, so we definitely want wheat. I've been kind of told I should plant some wheat. Just so that Wayne can possibly sell some feed for chickens or pigs across the river. There's some requests for that. So we're going to plant the wheat first. Just because I don't think the corn is going to be quite ready. Wheat, the ground temperature should be warm enough. It's almost 60 degrees today. And the ground temperature is 46. It's only going to get higher as we go along. But let me just double check here because I don't want to screw up kind of like I did yesterday. Let me just check my tablet and make sure. When can I plant corn? What, 50 degrees? Where's corn? Yeah, corn is 50 degrees, so we're not ready for corn. Wheat is 45, so we're fine there. And I definitely need some straw. And like I said, I may do some potatoes. How quick is that potato harvest? Potato harvest only goes like the 5th day of fall. Yeah, that's going to be kind of cutting it tight on potatoes. I may not do potatoes this year just because I'm really not ready to do it and I shouldn't rush it, really. So we done sunflowers, so maybe I'll plant soybeans. Like I said, we'll plant soybeans in that third field over there. So the middle field that we're getting ready to do is going to be wheat. That will be corn. And on that far side over there will be soybeans, which we'll plant corn and soybeans tomorrow. Let's lower this down here and start planting some wheat. I think this calls for a cruise control because this is going to take a while. It's only like a 5-meter wide seed roll. If I do upgrade, it might be a 6-meter wide, and the only benefit of that is it will actually hold more grain and fertilizer. Now, I'll see how long this takes us. If it takes us quite a while, I think the next season we might trade this in and upgrade it to a bigger seed roll. I don't think this company really makes a much bigger one. I think 6-meter wide is the biggest that they had. I trying to remember when we were shopping for them last year what the deal was. But with a short growing season that we seem to have here in Green Mountain Forest, I think it'd be kind of good to maybe just get a bigger one. I think 9-meter wide would probably be the perfect size for this. Which I know it might lead me back to the Horse Pronto 9 that we always use. But I do love that seed roll. Always have. I think it might be the first seed roll that I got when I first started playing in 13. Can't quite remember. It's going back too far. It's going back way too far. And I don't mind that it takes me a while to see the field. Not at all. I just may have to turn the time scale down to 1 just because. Just because. But it's still 11:30 in the morning, so we'll see how long it does take me to seed this field. So this is my job for the rest of the day, basically, is to get this field planted. I did notice when I was spreading some lime down that there's a stump here, and the problem is I saw it just as a lime went over it. It's going to be like over in this corner. I think it's in this field. I did see one when I was fertilizing. You probably may have seen it in the time lapse where I grabbed the wood chipper and we came over and took care of it before I went any further. So I do have a stump in this, I think it's this field here. Might be the cornfield actually. I forget now. But just 3 fields to finish planting for this season. This one here, well, you know all 3. Don't explain it to you. And then, it's probably on down to the beach and start clearing out. So we can get the beach kind of up and running on this side of the river. So, yeah, we'll get it up and running. Maybe people start going down to the beach. There is a sort of a beach there with some chairs. But I think that's just Elaine and the 3 brothers going down and relaxing. But with the people coming around in the bus now, maybe they'll see the beach down there and want to go down and spend some time down there. The only thing is there's nothing really down there for people to do other than swim. So I think I need to put a store down there. A store would be good, so if people come to visit, they got a place to pop over and get some drinks, some food, whatever they might need. But yeah, it's going to be good having a good amount of wheat. This should give us a good amount of straw to put in storage so we can maybe next year add another cow pasture and get a lot of cows and maybe start producing more dairy. I'll have to transfer the cows that produce dairy from one barn to the other. It shouldn't be too hard. I may just lease a trailer to do all this. As we can see, money is really not an issue anymore. It was the first season, and then we just kept selling trees. And of course, as we were selling trees, we needed to buy land, but we got a good amount of land now, and a good amount of cash, and we got most of the equipment that we need, but we may need to upgrade some things. Yeah, when I first envisioned how this map was going to play out, I didn't think the fields were going to be actually this big. But I definitely don't want to go, like I said, the Case Puma is probably going to be the biggest tractor that we have. I'm not saying I won't get another tractor of the same horsepower or the same size or whatever. But you're not going to see something like a T9 or a quad on this map, I don't think. I mean, I could, but we don't need to. Don't need to. Just medium tractors and below. Matter of fact, like I said, last time we got that Case International sitting down by the furniture factory, and that's not really doing anything at the moment. The reason why we use the T6 a lot more, and why we got the T6, is the T6 right now is the only one that takes narrows. Actually, this Case Puma might take narrows, but I'd rather just use a T6 with narrows to go around and fertilize our fields afterwards when the crop starts growing. Yeah, so definitely the field behind us, I don't think we're going to stick potatoes in them. One, I think we're just getting a late jump on potatoes. And the season is kind of short for them. And I'm really not ready for it. So just trying to be a smart business decision here of not doing potatoes this year. And really, now that I got these 3 fields in, I'm not going to have these trees in front of us. I want to get them all cut. I'm not in a rush like I was for these 3 fields to get these 3 fields prepped for this season, where all winter I was pretty much in this section cutting down trees. Although we cut down a lot of trees, still not enough. But I'll do my due time. We'll come over here and take care of these trees. But right now, I got 2 other projects that need to get done. Like I said, the beach. And I got that business that wants to come in, and they need waterfront property. So, yeah, I got the beach, which I don't want to put it down there. I mean, people don't want to come to the beach and see a factory running. So I may have another option, which is from the sawmill, if you work down that direction, I think there's more waterfront property down that way. So it might be a good place for them to go down there. So I'll have to take a trip through the woods. Have to buy the property as well, so I'll spend some cash there. Then, of course, the fun part is making a road. So if I end up doing that, which be more than likely for that business, I got to make that road there, and I got to make another road from the beach all the way up and around to come out back out by the shop, so to where the road comes in to the community. So people have more than one way to get to the beach. Alright, so this thing doesn't seem to use that much fertilizer. We are going through the seed at a reasonable rate, but I'm definitely not going to be able to seed this whole field. I'll have to go refill back up in Elaine's. Pretty sure Elaine's a little happy today that because, well, I've been spending cash at her place. I don't know if other farmers from across the river are coming over to top off here or not. Maybe they are. But yeah, definitely got to go pick up that John Deere harvester today. Just because, you know, that's a big piece of equipment. It's sitting in his yard. Need to get that out of there. And at some point, I need to bring the corn header and the regular header. Oh, looks like I got a... Alright, so I see another stump I need to grind up. Just went right over it. Yeah, I got to bring both my headers and just get them repainted so they match the John Deere. And just like the lime, I actually got along farther than I thought I would so far with the seed that we have. But I'll just head back over to Elaine's and top it off. I'm not going to bother getting any fertilizer because we hardly are really using any. Does that not open up? Well, I tried to open up the seed drill, but apparently the seed drill doesn't open up kind of like the other ones do. Wait, did that top off right? Yeah, I'm used to... it's already topped off. I'm kind of used to bigger seed drills that hold a little bit more than that. $725 worth. Direct deposit right into Elaine's account. So it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're getting along. I mean, it's like this day is advancing slowly. I mean, we've gotten a lot done so far today. I have found a couple more stumps that are going to be hard to find later on. I got like 3 of them in this field now I got to take care of. Hopefully I can find them again before the combine comes running through here. Now I should be able to finish the rest of the field with what we have. It'll probably take me like another hour and a half or so. Not that I have much of anything else to do today other than run down to the shop and grab the combine. And I may go ahead when I get back home is call the state and see about buying some more land. Or I may take a trip down to the sawmill and then, I don't want to say run on down the woods, but take a hike on down through and see if that is lakefront property that we got down there or not that we got down there, but land I can purchase down there. And if so, then I'll have to start making my way down there with the tree harvester after we get done with these fields on the last day of spring. Temperature for the ground should be above 50 tomorrow, I would think. Seeing today right now, it's a beautiful 64 degrees out and the ground temperature is already up to 46. I would think tomorrow the ground temperature would get warm enough. I hope so. I mean, last year we didn't plant corn, though, until, what was it, like the first or second day of summer before we planted it. So we're kind of ahead of schedule, but that field really wasn't even there last spring. Not that big of a field, but, you know, it was like 1/3 that size. Because we were cutting down the trees and getting them all removed and plowing in a field, and we kind of rushed it and got some corn in last year. And all that corn is sitting in our silo because I have nothing to do with it until there's a great demand somewhere. Or if somebody just needs it. We don't need it for nothing. I don't have no pigs to feed. I don't plan on having any pigs to feed. Yeah, so this should yield a good amount of wheat, but mainly it should yield a good amount of straw. I don't need a whole bunch of straw for the animals that we have now, but like I said, next year, if we happen to make some room across the street over there and put in a cow barn, I plan on doing a few amount of cows. Get ourselves a good dairy farm up and going. And who knows, if we do well with the dairy farm, we may go ahead and dip into maybe making some cheese. Just thoughts that I do have. A lot of these thoughts I do have, I may never even get to. Well, I'm pretty close, but I said it'd take me about another hour and a half or so. That's right where we are right about now. And we are just about done. I was thinking about when I was seeding the field, I was thinking, oh, now I'm gonna have to weed the fields. But playing seasons, yeah, probably not so much because the weeds don't really infestate the whole entire field. If it gets really, really bad, then maybe we will. But at that point, I'm just going to get a sprayer and spray it rather than using a weeder itself. I think it'd be just easier. Yep, tomorrow definitely should be planting some corn and some soybeans, and then our fields will be all set for the most part. A couple of them will have to be fertilized one more time. This field here, I don't think will need to be fertilized another time. Same thing with the field in front of us. And probably the same, actually these 3 fields, yeah, should not need to be fertilized another time at all. The fields that we did in the morning today, the grass field may need another layer of spread of fertilization on it. Let me just go ahead and check this. Yep, 100% fertilized. Ground is 8% moisture. Crops are 14%, even though there are no crops. But overall, the field is ready to rock and roll. Can I put that stuff away? Let's jump back into the tractor. Now let's go ahead and... should I top this off? Nah, I'm not going to bother topping it off. I think I'll leave it till morning, see if I need seed, I'll go get some. I may actually have enough to do this field. Nah, I'll probably top it off in the morning. No sense of topping off now, then just have the seed sitting there overnight. But I think what we will do is I'm going to park this here. We'll grab the T6, go back to the farm, and then run on down to the shop, and we'll go ahead and grab our combine. I think the combine might fit in here. I'm not too sure. Meaning in there. The Case International will just barely fit in there, so I got a funny feeling the John Deere will not. So I may need to tear down that shed and put down another one. But the T6 did its job today. It fertilized the fields. Just checking for traffic. Nothing going. Got to fix that bump there. That bump's been there since we put it in the sheds and haven't taken care of it since. Keep saying I'll take care of it and I keep forgetting about it. There we go. Alright, run on down to the store and our John Deere harvester should be sitting there. Oh man, traffic is getting real busy around here. Getting in my daily exercise. It's not that far of a jaunt. It's probably like about a half mile down the road. Might have a small issue holding up traffic when we bring it back. Which one we're doing? We're going to cross the street now. Just that way I can actually see the traffic coming. Yep, I see the John Deere harvester. It's around the corner. I still got my DEF fluid sitting down here. Yep, so this is the harvester that we actually used last fall. When we had the emergency, when our Case International didn't quite have the horsepower to run our equipment. Yeah, it's a little wide for the street, but it's not too bad. Traffic can still get by us. The problem is I may hold up some traffic here and there. We'll head on up to where we parked the Case Puma. Because that's where all of our headers are. Yeah, I don't think this is going to fit into the shed. Actually, I think Elaine won't mind if I cut across here. Matter of fact, her car is down at Dunkin' Donuts, so she might be running the store at the moment, so she's not even here, so she won't know I'm going through here, unless she's got closed camera circuit running. Yeah, I don't think this is going to fit in the shed. I think the top is... I think everything's just a little bit too wide for it. And the Case International barely fit in here. Nah, it's not going to fit in here at all. Nope. Well, I'll have to spend some money. I will get some money back in the shed. I'll just see if anyone wants to buy a shed. For now, the combine's going to have to sit out here. Luckily, it's not winter at the moment, so it's not going to be too bad for it. The problem I'm going to have is, though, I got to get that header out of there. I mean, I guess I can always pull the combine in going this way. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out for a while. I'll have to figure out how to move that header. Get it twisted around so I can get the combine attached to it. And then I might just park the combine in, pulling in this way. But it's rather steep right here anyways. Yeah, I was never too extremely thrilled the way this shed actually went on down. Shane did his best when he put it down. But I think I need to do some more landscaping because it's pretty steep right here where we go in and out. So we may just tear down this whole shed and find out what other options that we have. But 2 more fields to go. And our farm will be all set. Then we get back to, cutting down more trees. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time right here in Green Mountain Forest. But until then, have a good one.